part, we do it through our expertise. It's the final point. It says, what will you do when you head down from this mountain? I love Mark 9. They're on the mountain of transfiguration, and Jesus connects all the dots for them when they're together. My desire in the teaching today and tomorrow is to connect the dots for you. My desire is that for you to understand life in God's economy is Jesus is not calling me to be destitute. He's calling me to be a joyful distributor of his spiritual and material blessings. And I get to do that at my workplace through my work. And people will see God's love, and I will reflect God's glory everywhere. And my work is not for accumulation, but contribution. And I will contribute to the flourishing of my community and the expansion of his church around the world. Amen? So we do this taking a posture of a servant. Jesus says in Luke 22, if you want to be great in my kingdom, be a servant of everybody. How do we do this? We rely on the Holy Spirit to lead, guide, strengthen us. I love that he hasn't sent us out alone. He's given us himself. So he gave us one command, love, and he who is love gave us himself. So the way we can be a blessing to others is through the power of the Holy Spirit, God in us. And what's so beautiful is we are all different. When it says expertise, I think of the great stewardship quote by Lynn Miller. He said, we get to reorganize our lives so God can spend us. In other words, he's given us unique talents and abilities, and we can use them to advance our own kingdom or to advance his kingdom. And so our daily prayer becomes, how do you want me to deploy myself to accomplish your purposes today? And if it's building houses, then we get to build beautiful houses for people to live in. If it's making widgets in a factory, we get to make beautiful widgets. What we're going to see tomorrow in the orbit of the New Testament is whether it's clothing or whether it's legal skills, administrative skills, treasury skills, all those are areas where God's people function and do their work with expertise. And they're known, I'm getting ahead of myself because this is tomorrow, but they're known in their towns for what they do, expertise. So are you, like my dad, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, was John Hoag of Elyria. They were known for their hothouse tomatoes. What are you known for in your expertise? And for being good at what you do and then helping others be good at it, not again for advancing your kingdom, but for advancing God's. Now, the last point, prepare for battle. Jesus, when he sends out the 12, he says, take nothing on your journey. Then he sends out the 70 or 72, and he says, take nothing on your journey. Why is this? He's trying to teach them that God is their provider. We can very often be tempted, especially as businessmen, to think we're the ones who produced or provided for our needs. And the reality is God is our provider. He provides all things richly for us to enjoy and share. And so when he's about to be arrested, about to go to the cross for us, in Luke 22, he says, when I sent you out with nothing, did you lack anything? What's their answer? Nothing. We didn't lack anything. And now he says, he doesn't change the rules. He gives them further clarification and instructions. Okay, you've learned lesson number 1. God is your provider. Great. What's lesson 2? Now if you have a purse or bag, sell it and buy a sword. This is another idiom for prepare for battle. Brothers and sisters, I don't have to tell you out there that there's a spiritual battle being waged for the souls of men and women around the world. And we are workers for God. We are people who use our influence and stand on the authority of the truth of Scripture, and we can speak into people's lives and show them the way to life. And one of the main ways we do this is how we handle our finances and how we exhibit and serve others in an otherworldly posture, taking the form of a servant, how we serve others with our expertise. When we live this way, we look different. And when we live this way, we exhibit, I believe, according to Jesus, a life of generosity. Amen? I leave you with this quote before you go to your discussion groups and consider the questions I've outlined for you. The quote's by C.S. Lewis. It says, if you read history, you'll find the Christians who did most for this present world were those who thought most of the next. It is since Christians have largely ceased to think of the other world, they become so ineffective in this. Aim at heaven, and you get earth thrown in. Aim at earth, and you'll get neither. C.S. Lewis wrote these comments. A lot of people don't know this. He wrote these words in the wake or in the midst of World War II, when the world was total chaos. So when the world was total chaos, what did he say? He said, let's aim at heaven. So brothers and sisters, I pray, according to the words of Jesus, you will live a life of generosity. When the world's fallen apart, you will realize Jesus is calling you not to a place of destitution or emptiness, but a place of distribution and enrichment. Because if you redeploy yourself, your labor, your influence, your finances, your expertise, following Jesus' teachings, I think you'll not only take hold of life, but you'll be a conduit that transforms the lives of those around you. Let me pray for you. Father, thank you for this time together. We've considered a summary of your teachings in the New Testament along this theme of living a life of generosity, and it's convicting, and perhaps some of us are not a worker for God. Will you show us what it means to focus on reflection and bringing glory to you in all we do and not just making money? Or focus on contribution and not accumulation? And Father, on influence, would you make us people whose confidence is rooted in your truth? And may we live and function from a place of abiding in you. If we're not practically doing that, would you convict our hearts today so that we are people who are not powerless in our exerting of our influence? And Father, your teachings that Jesus communicated squarely to us on finances were not to rob us, they were to help us to find life, to take hold of life as joyful distributors. Help us do this, I pray, in the name of Jesus. And may how we exhibit and serve others with our expertise bring you glory and bless others and exalt your name, we pray. In Christ's name, amen. Thank you.